So, should we spend time with people who we know are attracted to us and we are not attracted to them at all? About 2 weeks ago, I actually was invited out by a lady I know. It's actually one of the parents from one of my jobs. And, single lady, I suspect she's looking for someone very successful. Financially, she is, she's pretty much hit the standard that, we Americans would say is the American life. She's done very well for herself, but she doesn't have a partner. And I think, of course, naturally, regardless of how well you do, whether you're a man or a woman, especially with ladies, they're sensitive after a certain age that they realize, it's time to actually, find companionship. Like, even if, he doesn't make a lot of money, like, I want companionship. But I actually hung out with her. She brought some family friends as well, and we all hung out. But I could tell she is gradually inviting me. This is a second outing she invited me to. That I can tell, like, her idea is just to kind of keep inviting me. And so, perhaps, we can kind of get to know each other and stuff like that. And she kind of disguised it really as just like a hangout or something like that. Or I wouldn't say disguised, but, she just genuinely wants to kind of get to know me in this way. Now, the thing is, I know for an absolute fact that there's nothing that's going to change my idea about the fact that I'm not attracted to her. And so I'm likely not going to oblige or, agree to go to any more outings with her because I really don't want to give really the wrong impression. It's something I'm sensitive to. But, one thing I do want to address, though, is it really depends on our intentions in regards to a potential mate and things like that. There are some of us that we have an idea about what type of person we want, and we may need time to really get an idea of, is this potential person who is inviting us out, or maybe somebody that are inviting out, uh, we need to examine, can we trust them? Can we enjoy a conversation with them without getting crazy? Are they okay with some of the differences that we have in opinion on things like that? So I think that's perfectly fine if we intentionally know that we are carefully examining and the opportunity and seeing, how things are. But I think that if like somebody's really, in love with you or something like that. Let's just say, they're really going crazy over you. They just love you and they're constantly pouring themselves into you. I think that after a while, it's important to not only make it clear verbally, but also show through your actions that you're not open to receiving them in any way, and just kind of draw a line in the sand. And I'm not really somebody who wants to be mean and things like that. But I also know that by doing that, sometimes it helps a person move on. It helps them kind of, and I know a lot of us, we don't want to break hearts and all that kind of stuff. But I also think, like I said, it's important that we observe that if we're open to the possibility of connecting with this person, then I think it's okay to continue to hang out and, every now and then and kind of get to know each other. In fact, there are a lot of times when a person could be dating one person, and then every now and then they're connecting with somebody else, not necessarily in a romantic way, but maybe it's just pure friendship. And so later on, because they've spent so much time building a friendship, they actually are able to connect with that person in a romantic sense because now they've already established sort of a foundation for a mutual understanding, respect, a love, and care for one another, and honesty, that it's very easy to kind of transition from just friendship to a romantic relationship. But yeah, in regards to just, if you know that somebody is going crazy over you, I think that you should really carefully examine, is it healthy for you to spend a lot of time with them, especially if they're constantly inviting you out, because, for example, in my case, I never took the initiative to ever really, oblige or even invite this lady out. I have no desire to do that. But I can see that she likes the type of guy I am, which I'm very flattered. I think that's really cool. But I just know that, she has better opportunities with somebody else that would be more fitted for her. And, I don't know, I just feel like, I feel like it's something that we should address. I don't think I have the most perfect response for this. I just know that I'm not against, I am against misleading people. That's something that I'm careful for. I do believe that if we want to examine somebody and we oblige to hang out, I think that's perfectly fine. And even if we're considering and we're not sure, I think that can be okay too, to examine and spend time with somebody. But if you know for absolute certainty that you are not interested 100%, and you know for absolute certainty this person is willing to, part the sea for you, then yeah, I think it's you should definitely draw a line in the sand and say, hey, you know what, from now on, I think I would prefer not to like hang out, or at least not together like this. It's just, it gives the wrong impression and whatever. But yeah, it's just something that we have to carefully examine, and I just wanted to talk about it because I realize that where she's going with this direction, and I think we all kind of experience things like that eventually. And sometimes we want to be nice, and sometimes that's not the answer because it could be misleading. And I know that this lady has opportunities to move on, so I think we have to assist people sometimes with that sort of thing. But if you guys have any feedback, please hit me up and let me know. All right, God bless you, and take care.